audio system. Okay. I think let me see. I'm live, so I'm just going to check that I can hear me. Am I there?
Okay. I think see.
Your boy is exhausted.
Check that I can hear me.
Morning, Q-Tip. Morning, Zeppelin. What is it, 6:13? Yeah, I am. I've been up since 3. And I'm actually just going to record the podcast pretty quickly. So your job is to notify me if that damn clicking happens.
I am. I've been up since 3.
I don't think it will, but it's going to be a quick podcast. Literally, just so you guys know, I have hit the thumbs up button while you're there. And I don't have the thumbs up button here, but I have, and I should. I'm going to get to more of the chart. I'm going to show more of the chart here, because that's what you want to see. Yeah, there we go. That's what you really want to see. It's it's nice down here. I had a nice shot of the freeway, mountains. It's a nice day. And there's no rain expected, so we got a nice day down here. Okay, that's a good, just by the way, that is a look at the FedEx, which came up in a scan. Okay, now I think that's where I'm going to put that. And that will move me a little bit up here. I think we're good. I've got it on a little bit of a split screen, so I got a split screen between my notes and YouTube. So I think we're good. I'm going to move me down here because I want you to see the RSI and MACD and earnings and stuff coming up. And I'm going to go over here and we're going to start out with SPY. Okay, so I'm going to start the recording. If I start squeaking and stuff, I think, you know what? Am I cut off at the bottom? I think I'm cut off on the bottom. Hold on. My ass has to come back. Okay, let's see. I have to come back and do split screen. There we go. Okay. I'm really behind on this one now. Yeah, it looks okay. Okay. I think it was the split screen. Split view. And then we'll put in notes. There we go. Maybe it wasn't split view. Maybe it was just me effing up. But looks like I'm okay. Okay. Sorry about the technical problems. I'm long Apple. God, that was great. I was on the airplane. Oh, I'll talk about it on the podcast. Let me start recording. I'm not going to do. Okay, and I need to up this display. There we go. That's better. And I will probably record for about 10 minutes or so. Not long. Okay. And I think you can hear me. I'm going to do. God, I look confused. I should brush my teeth, but nobody can smell my breath on YouTube. I will probably record for about 10 minutes or so. Not long. Okay. Here we go. Good morning. It's Thursday, June 8th, and your boy's in San Diego. So it is, for all you West Coast folks, I'm with you. It's 6:18, way too freaking early to be up, but Jim Cramer is on on TV going off about some stuff. I've got a split screen. It's going to be a quick pod today. I will put more in the newsletter, so make sure you sign up for the newsletter. I am longer than on Apple than I ever have been. I was on the airplane yesterday. T-Mobile gave me free. It wasn't because I have T-Mobile service. They just sponsor free internet on Delta flights for Delta Sky Miles members. I think you just have to be a Sky Miles member. I don't think you have to have status. But I did the newsletter while on the plane, uploaded it, did everything, wrote it, did the whole thing while listening to CNBC. I mean, it was just fantastic. All on my iPad, not even on, and I could have done it on my phone. That's how good Substack, which is the newsletter. Remember, subscribe at dailystockpick.substack.com. Right there, you can subscribe. And I'll get you a newsletter later. But today, I'm just going to go over a couple of things. First thing, SPY. Where do we stand? Well, on the algorithm, you're still in. You're seeing that button hook that I always talk about. That 9-day is curling over. The 21-day is curling over. I said a couple of episodes ago, SQQQ had a cross up. We can look at this one as we go into the Qs, but SQQQ had a cross up on the algorithm and it's at 2168. You're trading at 2284. So if you bought it there, kudos to you. You've made some money. You're seeing that button hook. It's just a bit of a pullback. If we go to SPY and we go the weekly, you can see here that it's a red candle. Big deal. It's not that big of a deal at all. If we pull this a little bit up and then down, you can see it's just, I mean, we've still got confirmation. If you hit 418 on SPY, then you lose confirmation. So anybody who's worried, oh my God, we're going into a downturn, probably not that big of a downturn. Next week's Fed meeting, I just don't think you see a ton of volatility in the market until next week's Fed meeting. QQQ on the algorithm, it's even better. I mean, the button hook is even higher. 320 was with the initial buy-in on April 28th. You're at 348. You've made what, 8-9%, and you got your 10% up here at 360. You got 10% easily at 360. So, if you're complaining, hey, I bought the Qs and I'm losing money. Well, you probably should have, and you want to trade it, you probably should have been here. Look, 6%. Now you're at this 10%. So you've done really, really well since March. And again, if you go to a weekly, it looks even better. So it's not really a bear market or a bear market bounce. We're still in that bull market, and you're only halfway to 400, which was where December 2021, which was the start of the bear market here. So you're still above the 200-day. The 50-day is just starting to move positive. Remember that 50-day, I thought it was going to have this death cross here on the 200-day. So just thought I'd pull those up quickly, show you a little bit of my thought. At SQQQ, short-term trade, because I do think that we're pulling back. The big news in the market is that Ryan Cohen is now the chairman and CEO of GameStop, GME. As far as the algorithm goes, this was actually a good trade. On May 4th, you hit 1925 and you went all the way up to 26. So if you took this trade and you're thinking you're getting a 400 again, you're holding this long, you're crazy. This is a company that is not making money. The company's Q1 adjusted loss per share of 17 cents on $1.24 billion in revenue. That compared to 52 cents per share loss and 138 billion in revenue. So they're actually losing revenue. It's going down. But they're losing less money. So the thought is Ryan Cohen is going to come in and shore this up. Maybe. But absolutely 100%, you're opening up at $20.12. Take that trade. Sell it open. Sell now at $20. Take your profit if you bought here at 19, because I think that's exactly where you're going to go. Can you buy it again? You're going to buy it again when it gets confirmation, not before. These moving averages are just going to crash down. So don't, again, this is a great trade. Understand when to get out of a trade. You've got to understand that. Let's look at today. I'm going to look at just a few stocks. Amazon. Amazon is getting that button hook. I'm going to pinch this up a little bit so we can go back. Amazon is getting that button hook. See that button hook right there? So 106 was the buy. You may be coming back to this gap right here. If we look at Amazon, and I'm just looking at big tech. If you look at Amazon from a weekly, you're still just buying where you were in May 2020. So the entire pandemic rise, you missed. And this low down here at 84, if you didn't buy under 100, you missed it. I don't think you're getting under 100 again. See that 50-day? It's starting to move positive on the weekly. That's a good sign. 921. The actual 200-day never went negative. Amazon has a cost problem, not a demand problem. So they're going to get it fixed. Apple. Let's look at the long term of Apple. You're still in this trade. You're getting a button hook, but you can see all the button hooks all the way from 153 up to 180. This is the all-time highs. This right here at 184.95 during their developers conference on Monday, that was the actual high. So I can't expect you to buy into this one. You're seeing the MACD cross down. The reason you're not out on the algorithm is because there's moving averages in the algorithm and they need to cross over. So the algorithm still has you in, even though it's based on a MACD strategy. It still has you in. The RSI is at 52. I don't think you buy, but I do think that you're over 200 probably sometime next year. So your time frame matters on this one. I am super long on Apple. I have my Apple Watch on. I will not be getting the new headset at $3,500. It's not for me. It is something that is a luxury, and I probably will not do it. But I did notice with the new Mac OS, my 2017 iMac at home that is tricked out and does everything that I needed to do is not included in the new operating system. So the new operating system will not support that. So I'm probably in the market for maybe a new Apple Studio with an external monitor. Maybe. Again, I have an Intel chip on that iMac. So I love that big screen, but with a Studio, I can go even bigger, maybe double screens, do a lot more. So it might actually wind up costing me about the same amount of money. But Apple, if you want to get in, I think you may come back to this 170 mark right here, $7. In 5 years, you won't notice $7. Let's look at Meta, because here's the beneficiary of that $3,500 price target and the fact that the headset will not come out until next year. Meta released their new headset. It's only $400 or something. You had this buy-in here at $240. You're up at $260. You're seeing the button hook. I mean, what can I say? This one, the big one is, if we go back to a daily, because I think it's a little further back, you're going to see there's this gap up here to 321. That's what you're going to cover. So if you want to get into this one and you want to get in, Right now, I would add about 5–10% of what your lot size is, because I do think you come to this gap at 311. If we look over here, Meta, their PE, their forward PE is only 18. He's continuing to cut costs. You're up 119% this year. This has been a fantastic trade. Average target price is 273. You're trading at 261. Not a bad trade whatsoever. And just get in. Again, these are long-term stocks that I'm looking at. Microsoft. We had a question in the private Facebook group. When should you get into Microsoft? Well, today. I mean, honestly, if it's a long-term hold, just get into it. You're seeing the button hook. The algorithm hasn't gotten you out. You got a bunch of gaps down here to 279. I think this top gap at 314, you may come down to if we see a continued pullback on this. The RSI is down at 45. You're seeing that MACD pull back. You're seeing people sell this one off. I do think that, yeah, this 50-day right here probably provides some support. If we look at, I'm going to pull this, I'm going to pull this back here. Look at the volume support levels. So even back here to April 6th, I was trying to round this gap time right here, this big gap that is between 279 and 291. The volume shelf at 310, if you get below this one, you're coming back down to fill this gap. So if you get below 310, just continue buying all the way down to 280. Simple as that. I mean, this stock is not going anywhere. With the continued stuff about TikTok, with how strong the just profitability of this company is, you ain't going anywhere. Netflix received 2 upgrades. I posted in the private Facebook group. In fact, let's see. I think I can go here into the private Facebook group and show you. Let's see. There it is. Boom, roasted. TrendSpider, Wells Fargo, $500 price target. JP Morgan, 470. Netflix is trading under 400. It pulled back under 400. The gap here between 341 and 345, it hasn't been filled. You might get back to that, but if it's a long-term play, anything under 400 on this stock, I think you're perfectly fine. If we go back to a daily, let's see if we can see that gap in the daily, because there was a significant pullback. The market just opened up, by the way. And I said that Netflix was coming back to fill this one. And you can see this gap has been filled all the way up to 333, but there's still this gap between 464 and 500. Again, price target at 500, you're buying at 400. No reason not to buy this one under 400. Get it today under 400. Even if we pull back, I think that's a great deal. What's included in big tech is NVIDIA, 376. It continues to trend back towards this yellow gap. And I've highlighted this yellow gap because I said if it didn't hit it for 3 days, I think this provides support. 371, in my mind, is support. If you break that one, you're in no man's land. In fact, I'm going to remove this gap so that I can see the volume shelf levels. Let's pull this back. April 4th is probably a good day. You're seeing there's nothing traded in this gap. Nothing. So if you break 365, I don't think that you have too much support going down to 320. That's the dangerous part of NVIDIA. But NVIDIA's earnings were that good, I don't think that you see it go back down to 320. Even if you did, add to it. Just continue to add to it. The average target price is 447. So people have just been selling it because it did too well, too fast. And finally, Tesla. I said buy it down here at 160. I know Zephan got it. I know a bunch of people got it. Yeah. I mean, this is just, it's going to go under 200 again. If you want to sell it from this point, I think you can. Doesn't have the button hook yet, but you can see that RSI is going up. You can see the MACD is going up. Everything about this stock is just crazy. You've got the gaps filled. I don't think there's big gaps in this one. Let's look at a weekly. If you look at a weekly, we've just come back to touch the 200 day. I mean, it's set for another leg up. It's set for 250 in my mind. So there's your big tech. I posted in the private Facebook group that I do agree with these folks that there is an opportunity to actually buy on these pullbacks. Don't go all in on the pullbacks, but buy little bits on the pullbacks. Again, Amazon, Apple, Meta, Microsoft, Netflix, and NVIDIA, and Tesla. I think those are the ones that you buy on the pullbacks. Speaking of pullbacks, Shopify, it's back under 60. Shopify is back under 60. Snowflake, back under 180. You got those two. Taiwan Semiconductor, back under 100. Uber, back under 40. So you've got opportunities in this market, but it is for long term. For short term, I talked about it before. Short term, SQQQ has that button hook. There's the possibility that you come to this gap up here at 25. There's your 10%. But I don't think that the bull run is over. I think SQQQ is an absolute short-term trade and maybe trade it on the 65-minute algorithm. That would be my suggestion. Now, as far as scans, Wells Fargo. I mean, Wells Fargo under 40, it's at 41.77. Are you crazy buying it? No. Good companies with good management, good product, and good services. This is a $50 stock. Let's look at Wells Fargo over here. It's caught up in the banking sector. Average target price, $48. So at $41, you're crazy buying it? No, just add it, in short little bunches. But I do think that the finance trade is coming back. Its forward PE is only 8. It's got a 2.85% dividend. Year to date, you're only up 1.89%. June 8th, which is today, there was a downgrade. Buy to hold. What did the stock do? It pulled back 1%. Wait for it at under 40 if you want it. But I do think that there's an option. You're not seeing sales. February 23rd, the guy sold $1 million worth. Senior VP. I mean, that's nothing to those guys. You're seeing the EVP bought some at 47. That 144, that's a wacky one. July of last year, guy bought some at 42. So in my mind, I think this is a long-term buy. I've held it for 1 year. So I think it's a good one. It came up on the scan. It's a secondary cross-up. You're coming up, from $37, $38. You had a couple of buys there. So you're doing pretty well if you got the price down at that range. Boyle has a cross-up. This is nuts. $2.67. I don't think you're crazy for buying this one down at this level either. The last two trades have not worked out great. They have gotten you some gains. If you were able to get out, I would absolutely 100% trade this one on the 65-minute algorithm. Let's see, I'm pulling this up. See, you had some opportunities here at 302. You went all the way up to let's see, $4. Great trade. So you could have gotten out. This one at 372. You went up to, I think, you probably didn't have an opportunity to get out of that one real well. But this one, there's a gap down here between 240 and 247. Again, natural gas in my mind has to pop at some point in time. LICY, Lithium Americas. There's been some talk in the news about lithium with Albemarle and other mining companies. So this one probably just got a pop just based on that, but you're under the 200-day. Sell it under the 200-day, then sell it over the 200-day. Make a quick profit. Again, even if you make 1% on this stuff, it's not bad. You're down 0.47% on this one today. The buy-in was at $21.50. The stock's trading at 21 right now. I'm not crazy about it. It's just one of those energy names that you can take advantage of because the hype when it gets in. One that I do think is a good one that has a cross up here is FedEx. FedEx has been doing, it's got a better opportunity to turn around than UPS. If we go back here and we look at a weekly, it got the cross up at 221, by the way, and it's trading at 224. If you look at a weekly, you're just kind of hovering around the 200-day. When you got down here and you were at 147 in September, that was really the time to buy it because the new CEO came in and he really put some things into place where they cut some costs and did some cost-saving stuff. Here is the shipping hype. where this was a $300 stock. I don't know that you get back to there, but I do think you get back to 250. And I do think that you have at least 10% in this stock. I don't think that it's one that you buy for long term, but I do think you can buy it and safely hold it to at least 250. So remember, the goal is to buy stocks that have good management, good products, good earnings, and they can basically make it back to the place where they were. And I think FedEx is one of those companies. So yeah, UPS might have a strike, so everyone would move their freight to FedEx. That's what Brandon just brought up. So that's it for today. I want you guys to, it's going to be a short one, super, super short one. But what I want you to do is sign up for the newsletter. I'm going to be sitting in a ticket booth in San Diego the entire day. So I will have time to later on send out a little bit more notes and some notes on this. The newsletter is at dailystockpick.substack.com, or you can go to the description. There's a link tree with everything. Again, if you guys make money, I don't work regularly, but so I appreciate the tips. PanW is up at 219. God, that's such a great stock. PanW is Palo Alto Networks, and it's just, again, if you bought it and held it, you've made 81% over 2 years. Can't tell you enough. Cybersecurity ain't going away. But if you like these charts and you're new here, this is TrendSpider. I have an algorithm that gives you all of these entries and exits based on a MACD strategy. If you sign up with the link below, you get 25% off. There is a sale in our private Facebook group for 3 people who want the Elite Plus version. I think it's the top version of TrendSpider for 50% off the price of Elite. So if you haven't signed up and you want that absolute top tier, it comes with pretty much everything that you need. Unlimited stuff. If you're doing options, it has all that stuff. It comes with a bunch of Substack stuff. Stuff that I don't even use. The elite level is what I tell you to get because you do need access to the strategy tester in order to use my algorithms. So strategy tester is, I give you a 4-hour algorithm. I give you a 65-minute algorithm to use for day trading. I also give you watch lists. We have the daily stock pick core portfolio. All of that stuff is in there. So 2 things, you sign up for the newsletter, you sign up for TrendSpider. I want you to only sign up for TrendSpider if you have a large enough account to trade. If your account is only $5,000 and you're not trading that full $5,000, you may be trading 500 of the 5,000. I absolutely don't think the TrendSpider is worth your money. I think you can find free tools. I will do a PDF of free tools. I will sell that one with all of the information that I think that you need at some point in time when you become less lazy. But any questions, hit me up down below. I thank you guys. Appreciate all the time that you guys put in listening. And I appreciate the response to the newsletter. It's been huge. I was shocked. So, it's been a difficult task. Difficult is probably an understatement, but a difficult task to get you guys to move from the podcast to YouTube or to Facebook or to Instagram. But the newsletter, hey, kudos. You guys have done it in spades. I mean, I guess it's just common sense. It's easy to put your email address in there. It's easy to get it. I will integrate notifications in the newsletter and the podcast notifications in the newsletter. But typically what I do is I go live on YouTube, I record the podcast, and then I do the newsletter. I upload the podcast, I upload the YouTube live video, and then I upload the newsletter. So that's the process of what I do. If you have any questions, hit me up. I'm heading into the shower because your boy needs an acai bowl for breakfast. Okay. Okay, I'm just stopping recording, not actually leaving. So if you guys have any questions, you can absolutely, I am going to extract the audio, export as audio only, pod today, desktop. And I have to start Active Trader Pro to send you guys over there. For my screen, I don't think I crackled at all. Hopefully I didn't. Sherry Pan W, I think it's a good one. 223, I would have told you add more when it gets under 200. It might get under 200 again. I don't know. I mean, being included in the S&P 500 is kind of a big deal. So I don't know that it will actually get under 200, but if it does, I'd say load up on it. That's what I did. I was regretting it for a while, um, but I don't think that I regret it now. It's a good one. Let's see. I need. Okay, why is this not coming through? Code expires in 30 minutes. Well, where the hell's the damn code? Don't tell me I'm not getting text messages here again. Oh, this ain't gonna be good. Let's see. We're gonna go there. And let's go to voice. Nope, it's Fidelity. I'm not getting the two-factor from us. Call me. Let's see if call me works. Oh, I've got to have, oh. You telling me that I've got to turn unknown callers off? This sucks. Okay, request another one. Call me. What? Oh, did I get a text? Oh, did I leave that one up there? Uh-oh. Turn that one on. Go back to voice. And see if it leaves a message here. Larry! Okay, I think I'm going to get off here. July is union contract. Ooh, that's a good one. Jesus, UPS. I knew there was a um okay. I can't get at this stuff. Hey Joe, I am going to, if I don't get this text, I'm gonna head out because I gotta post this stuff. Yeah, I can't get this. Okay. So what I'm going to do, it's not texting. I'm going to just shut down. I got to get going, take a shower, and get my day done. So you guys have a great morning. I will be back. If you miss me too much, um, replay this. That's all I can say. I'll talk to you guys later. I'm at Snapdragon Stadium all day. So if you're